Okay, hi. We have star power. I have 2 stars. I'll show you on the thumbnail. But they're right here. I put them on. One's a 10 and one's a 5. When I used to work, I got a 5-year and a 10-year star. And then after my 10-year star, I got a watch. And it said the company's name. And I said, guess what? It's time to go. And I opened up my own company a few years prior to that. So I just went full time in my real estate company. So we got star power. Stars, moons. Moon is a space station. The sun and the stars are real. So I told Lee yesterday, if you were charging up your crystal, which she was, her amethyst crystal, I said, put it in the sun, because she was charging it from the moon. And I said, put it in the sun, because the sun is really real. All right. Okay, so I don't have a lot to say except for I just watched a really good video from Chosen 144, and I posted it on Twitter. Somebody's coming in to thank us for doing all our readings. Someone that was in the beginning of our channel, and they have found their soulmate, and they have so much gratitude for the channel and for the power that we as a collective gave him or her. And not only did they find their soulmate, their twin flame, their mission partner, but they have their abundance. So they want to come back and share it with us. So if you are a channeler, be expecting some kind of a reward. Now I've got 4, 8, 10. Let's see here. I've got 10 piles, 4, 8, 10 piles. I got 10 decks here. They want me to shuffle them. Take a top card and a bottom card. Bottom card is going to be overall energy, and the top card is going to be your warning. And if we need more information, or if they want me to give you more information, we're going to take a middle card. Okay? So it's real easy. I'm just going to shuffle the decks right in front of you. Okay? And then I'm going to do a bottom card, a top card, and maybe a medium card. Okay? And when they tell me to stop like that, I do. So the bottom card is the overall energy is the Ace of Swords. It's a St. Michael energy. It's a yes card. Truth and only truth. New ideas. Clarity. Aha moment. Victory. Heightened state of consciousness. Okay? So the Ace of Swords is the overall energy. So St. Michael's just saying he's here with truth. Okay? He wants to warn you about, he wants you to know about the 5 of Wands. That is the warning card. And it's basically about using your challenges correctly. Instead of getting into, oh, this sucks mood, right? We want to take everything as a challenge to level up. So we're going to have competition and we're going to have conflicts, okay? That's going to happen. But he wants us to use that to level up. So like in my case, everything that has come my way, from my addictions to my, I'm not even going to get into them all my challenges. But every single challenge I've had, I've used to level up. Level up, level up. Learn a lesson, level up. Learn a lesson, level up. Star power. Okay? Star power. That's the name of the show here, all right? So St. Michael's just basically saying it's a definite yes, but He wants you to take your challenges and you have to use them as level ups, not burdens. I think you got that. Now, I've repeated myself a lot already. So whenever I start repeating myself a lot, that tells me a couple things. It tells me that somebody's really not listening to the message and I have to repeat it. Or somebody is not hearing the correct meaning of the message. So I guess I'm going to have to say, listen up, listen up. Okay, so we've got the bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. Now, with him flying out of my hands, that's telling me that we have a new perspective that you have. Oops, it's upside down too. So maybe you don't have a new perspective. Either way, it flew out of my hands. So it's talking about a new perspective. And that was what St. Michael was saying too. He was saying, you're taking your challenges and you want to use them to level up. Some of you are taking your challenges and woe is me. Okay? No. We have to get a new perspective on everything. So whatever you're thinking about right now, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about a job? Are you thinking about money? Are you thinking about your twin flame? What are you thinking about? Okay? Whatever you're thinking about right now, new perspective has to come in because it flew out of my hand and then I showed it to you in reverse. But you also see the man on here. He was upside down and now he's upright. So you see what the meaning is. The meaning is all around saying that whatever your perspective is, we need to change it around, okay? And Willie just came up here, so he's saying, yep, instead of looking at it like bad cat, look at me like good cat, because it's not a bad cat that he's up here, right? But somebody could look at it like that's a bad cat, get down. No, I say good kitty, you can come up here anytime you want. Okay, then on the top of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. Okay, Six of Wands energy. And what I'm drawn to is he's got two sticks in his hands and he's walking, he's not on the horse, he's walking next to the horse because he's building the fence. So what I'm getting with this energy is that instead of looking at the fence like, oh shit, it's broken, the horse ran through it, he's saying, okay, I'm just going to take them two sticks and put them back up and say good horse instead of bad horse. And that's funny because I just gave you the analogy of the cat, good and bad, however we look at it, right? And then here's the story that they gave me on the card about the horse ran through the fence, knocked a couple over. I'm just going to walk over there and fix it. So all new perspective is what they're trying to tell you. Looking at the glass half full instead of half empty. Okay, that was very clear message. Yep, all the decks wanted to talk today. Everybody is very chatty. Now these cards just fell out. You saw them fall out, so we're going to take them. The bottom of the deck is self-expression. Okay, now you see that's what I'm doing, and I wanted to mention this to you also. I don't have no clue what's going to come out. I have no idea what the titles are going to be. I have no idea what the thumbnails are going to be until they tell me. And I think it's fun because every day is different. You know, one day I'm talking about science, one day I'm talking about music, one day I'm doing an 11 card reading with all the decks. Self-expression is so important. And what they're trying to tell me through this card is they want it to be self-expression, but they want it to be your higher self's expression and not yours. Okay, you get that? All right. So the cards that fell out are home is in reverse. So it's talking about you're not happy in your home. You'd like a new home, or there's something going on in your home. And I'm drawn to the home. The home is actually a bird feeder. Okay? Now imagine you being a bird and there's something wrong with your bird feeder, but you can't fix it because you're a bird. And you're hoping that the owner, whoever made the bird feeder, could help you out a little, and it's got all kinds of crap inside, right? And I want you to help me. But it can't do it. It can't fix the house. Maybe it has a leaky roof. Okay? So the bird's hoping that you can help it, but the bird can't talk either. So the bird can't say to you, hey, can you fix my broken roof? So what I'm getting here is that there is something going on in your home and you don't know how to fix it. So let's get a little bit more clarification. It has something to do with peace and good vibes. So somebody is not making the house peaceful and good vibed. So it's probably not a roof leak, but it still could be, because that still makes things not too fun, especially if it rains all the time. Here in California, it don't rain much. Okay, so peace and good vibes. Your home was upside down because you don't have enough peace and good vibes, and you need a resolution to it. So those cards were absolutely perfect and easy to read. And I'm drawn to the stars. Yeah, star power. So they're telling you that you have to do the resolution through self-expression. And it comes back down to the bird story, because I said the bird can't talk. So you're feeling like you don't know the solution. You feel like you maybe don't have the money or the courage or something to fix this bad home. We got to figure it out. We got to live in the solution. Resolution is solution. Remember over and over again, Rebecca, anything. Anything with in it is an over again. So we've got to figure out the solution. We just have to do it. Have to figure out the solution, okay? And it's going to be through self-expression. Okay, there it is. There was confirmation. How are you going to resolve it? Through self-expression. So maybe it's going to be telling that person, hey, I don't have good vibes with you here. I need you to leave. I don't have peace in this house, so I'm going to leave. It could be 1,000 different things, but you're catching my drift. Okay. Sounding like Steve. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and try this deck. These wanted to pop out. You saw that. Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. 8 of Wands is communication. So they want to tell you something. Okay. Let's see what they want to tell you. And the top card is the Knight of Wands. So they want action and communication, and we just said that. We said self-expression for a resolution, for a solution. Exactly what this deck's saying. Communication, and get busy and do it. Because if you want good vibes and peace in your home, if you want that home to go back into the right position, it's what it's going to take. But let's see what they want to tell you. Okay, very easy again. They want to tell you that this is all about soul contracts and St. Michael's Sword of Truth. So if you want your soul contract and you want St. Michael's help and the Sword of Truth, 9 of Pentacles and King of Hearts. So you've got the King of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is abundance. King of Hearts is love. The only way you are going to get a happy home, a happy life, is to have a happy wife. Oh, okay. So you got the message to that one. Some of these are easier than others, huh? Okay. We're going to continue on. That almost wanted to flip out too. These cards are so talkative today. All right. And if this one goes a little longer today, oh well, that's what we're doing today. Got to be careful how I shuffle them because they just want to explode. Okay, why do they want to explode? Because they're talking about the lovers. True lovers, they really do explode. And I don't mean that in a sexual way, even though you could take it that way. But I mean, you know, when you have somebody with you, everything's more funner. Of course, if it's the right person. We're not talking about the other energy where the good vibes were not good and the peace was not there. I'm talking when you have a true lover situation. Even my mission partner that I had for 30 years, okay, we weren't exploding because of lovers. We were mission partners. And everything we did was so fun. We traveled and we opened up sobriety houses in 4 states. And we went to AA every day and we taught, just like I'm doing here, but we did it in physical. Okay, except I read cards and energy now, and back then I taught the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. So everything was fun. Every day was exciting because you had somebody to share it with. Now, I know that sounds codependent, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about that joyful feeling. Like, okay, example, what do my pets give me? I'm not codependent on my pets. My pets are codependent on me, right? But they give me such a joy every day to wake up and give them fresh food and to make sure they're okay and to feed the neighborhood strays. And they're not really strays because I know them all by name. I have butterflies, dragonflies, birds, raccoons, cats, dogs, you name it. I know the whole community and I have names for them all. So it gives me that joy, right? It's that exploding feeling of I'm doing this because I love to. My neighbor Mark said thank you because I'm always giving him stuff and he wanted to pay me back, right? And I'm like, no way, you know, I do this all for love. I don't want any rewards. But now back to the video that we just talked about, Chosen 144, his video said somebody's coming in with that reward, okay? Well, we have to accept things sometimes, you know. If this is a job opportunity or some kind of awesome maybe new place to live, or you know, who knows what kind of rewards coming down the pike, but we can't say no to everything because we do have to move forward. But I don't need to take any money from anybody or go out to dinner or any of that stuff because I'm doing it for love. Okay, so that's the kind of energy I'm getting from this card. It's just that explosion of love, of doing it because you love. Okay, page of pattern. Now that's what I wanted to just say. I wanted to say we're doing it out of love, not for greed. And the page of pattern is the page of pentacles. So that just shows me again, I'm drawn to all the stars. Remember, this is star power. And he's holding that pentacle. Now, when he's holding that pentacle, is he thinking, oh, how can I double this? Or is he thinking, how can I buy something for someone and help them? You know what I think of when I have a pentacle in my hand? What kind of pet food should I buy? Seriously. Okay, my favorite thing to buy is pet food. I have clothes, I have makeup, I have food for myself, but whenever I get money, I want to buy stuff for the pets. Okay? So, what are you thinking when you have that pentacle in your hand? Okay, is it love or is it greed? That's what the cards are saying. Okay, and a middle card is victory card, 3 of Wands. So you will have victory. You will have victory in abundance and love if, here's the word if, remember the word if, whenever the word if comes into any kind of reading that you're reading in a book or you hear it, it means you get the reward if you do this. So whatever's before it, blah, 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 okay, you want love and abundance. Well, you can have it if, circle the word if, you don't go into greed, but you live in love. Okay? So now we're going to do a little bit more. I got a comment here from Soul Sister. It says, I think about what can be put back into the community and those who struggle. So that's it exactly. And that's what I used to do. That was me full time, every day. AA, the community, helping people. See how the cards are exploding? And I'll tell you what they are in a second. But okay, but then like I said, okay, so that's it. But now it's just pets instead of people. And then it's people on YouTube. So the circumstances or the surroundings have changed, correct, but the heart hasn't. So very good, Soul Sister. And you do it every day if you check out her channel. She Soul Stars of the Violent Flame. And if you're live on the chat, you can check out her channel by hitting on her little icon there. If you're not live on the chat, look underneath the comment section and hit on her icon. And I believe you can find her station. Okay, so we'll see what flew out in a minute. But in the reverse is, you don't have abundance yet, you don't have financial stability, and you don't have these blessings yet. This is stuff that's coming in, okay? This is your castle that's coming in. I'm drawn to the castle, okay? That is something I would like. I would love to have one of my old castles back. And why do I say my old castles? Yep, because I've been many, many, many people. And I've lived in many castles. And I love them. I love castles. So right now we don't have it. But top card, if we let go of the past, the pain, the anger, the bitterness, and the resentment, we'll get it. So once again, if you're having that pentacle in your hand and you're thinking about greed, how can I get more? It's not going to work. If you're holding on to any kind of bitterness, remember the video called Forgiveness? Okay, well, watch that if you haven't. Luke chapter 6. Okay, the ones that fell on the floor are, if you get rid of your gold digging attitude, which is what I just said, we want to get rid of, sorry, it's this card here. If we want abundance, if we want our blessings, we can't have the anger, the bitterness, the resentment. If you're holding that pentacle and you're thinking about greed, gold digger attitude, it ain't going to happen. Also, if you're around a gold digger, right? Let's say you want to give to charity, but your significant other won't let you, because it's their money too, right? Well, that makes an unhappy home, doesn't it? And it also prevents you doing what you want to do. I remember being in a church and I would give 10% of any money I made to the church. My significant other said fine, didn't care at all. Beautiful. AA gave 10% to AA. You know, they were on board with it. And that's what you need, is somebody on board with it. And the other card that fell out was to take the risk and a new opportunity. So I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing some of you aren't risk takers. That's why your house is not in order. And there's a new opportunity coming in and it's not here yet. And I've heard that all day today. Throughout all these readings, throughout Chosen 144's readings, is it didn't come in yet. It didn't come in yet. But remember when I mentioned if you had $1 million They're testing you to see what you would do with it because they want to see if you're worthy of more. Okay, well, that's the same energy I'm getting. I'm getting that energy of what are you going to do with this blessing that's coming in? You have to be balanced, remember, to get your mission partner. Well, it's the same energy saying you have to be in that right frame of mind to get the blessing, because they're not going to give you $1 million if you're going to spend it on drugs and alcohol, but they're going to give Soul Sister $1 million because she's going to use it towards the community, and I'm going to get my $1 million because I'm going to help the pets, right? So why aren't you going to get it? I remember somebody asking me, it was my mission partner's son, and he wanted to know why he wasn't in the will. And I started laughing, literally laughing. I couldn't help myself. And I said, you take one look at your past, and you can see why he cut you out of the will. You didn't talk to him. You went to prison. You're into drugs and alcohol. And you think that he would put you in the will? Example? Okay. So, some people's kids, huh? Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and these cards, I'm telling you, I can't even shuffle because they just want to explode everywhere. Okay, we take them cards. Okay, so this is going to be a long reading today. Okay, so we got strength card. Now, since I said it's going to be a long reading, you know, you can always cut it into two if you're at work or whatever. But for those of you that are getting the long reading, let me know if you like long readings versus short readings, because I can do longer readings. I just figure people don't have the time. So you can let me know in the comments. Okay, so this is about strength, and I'm drawn to her arm. That's that kind of feeling we get when we're like confused and don't know what to do. And it's like, oh, I got all this to do. And then I'm drawn to the lion on her face. And then she says, you know what? I can do this with the help of my spirit guides and animals. And then I'm drawn to the little sheep on the ground and her saying, yeah, I got to get up and feed them animals. And then on the top of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. And what I'm hearing from that is that St. Michael's got your back, and that the truth is going to come out on what I just got done saying. So you're not going to get the blessings if your heart isn't true. So if you're really just pretending to feed them animals and wanting to help them, your guides know all. So somebody's lying to themselves and saying that they're into charity, but they're really not. You know, they're those ones that walk into church and put $100 bill in the basket, and then the other lady comes in and puts $1 in the basket. But the guy that's given the $100 in the basket, he's just doing it out of obedience, maybe. And the girl given the $1 in the basket is really, truly believing that it's going to come back to her tenfold. And guess what? It does. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, what fell out here? Well, there's more lies. Remember I said somebody's not telling the truth? We had the moon card, and it was not in reverse. It was illusions. Yeah. And I'm drawn to the moon because I told you earlier about Lee. I told her to put the amethyst in the sun, not the moon, because the moon is a space station. So there's a big illusion right there. Whoever thought that the moon would be switched out? Then I have, well, justice is coming to all these lies. Just like when I said you can't lie to yourself. If you're putting that $100 in the basket, well, good for you. But God knows the truth. everything's coming to balance. And then I'm drawn to the mirror. You see her looking down at her higher self, right? And she's smiling. She's smiling because we can see it all. We can see it all. We've got it all. And the Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse. We don't quite have all of the justice yet, is what they're saying. All of the illusions aren't out yet. But I did hear there's a lot being exposed in the media. Just talking 4D wise, right? In the astro, it's already done. This is already fulfilled in astro. Now we're just slowly bringing it out. So your Four of Wands is in reverse because that celebration with that tambourine, I'm drawn to the stars again on top. Lots of stars, star power. That's how we're going to be feeling. But it ain't quite here just at the moment. Little bits and pieces of it. Little bits and pieces of it. Okay, we got 3 decks to go, and we're already a half hour in. So this is one of my very longer readings. Very longer readings. Normally they're half this length. I'm in no hurry. And like I said, if you like them longer, please let me know. I'm willing to do longer ones. I just figured most people are in a hurry and they don't want long ones. Okay, so we've got 9 of Swords, Job chapter 1 verse 22. Satan tests Job. Yep. And that's the energy of everything that you go through. Remember when I said in the beginning, everything that you go through should be a lesson to level up? That's what I'm trying to get at with this energy. It's not so much that you're being messed with by Satan. I'm not getting that. I'm getting more that these are tests. Just like the $1 million, when I said I gave 3 people $1 million, Soul Sister spent it on the community, I spent it on the pets, and you spent it on drugs and gambling, okay? It was a test. It wasn't so much that Satan was messing with you. It was just a test. What are you going to spend your money on? Then they also know your conscience. So if you were doing it because you're truly addicted and need help and want help and check into recovery and get help, okay, but not if you're, like Soul Sister, if she's just given to the community because she wants to look good, okay, well then God will know that, and that will be the test. Even though she is doing great for the community, what's her heart saying? So everything's a test. And with the story of Job, it is a test, and you should read that if you haven't read it in the Bible. It's a very, very good story. And then on the top of the deck is the 7 of Swords, 7 of Feathers, which is Jacob the Deceiver. So again, we're talking about deception. Now, we're not talking so much about deception as in other people. It's within us. Remember self-expression? Remember the card self-expression? Okay, so I'm going to give you Job again, is Job chapter 1, 22. And then on this one, we have Jacob the Deceiver is Genesis 27, 19. So you can read about Jacob deceiving his family. Okay? That's what this is about. This is about being true to thyself. This really isn't an energy of anybody deceiving you outside. It's about you. Even back to that home where you can say, well, how can you say that? They're the ones being deceitful to me, and they're the ones giving me no peace and no good vibes. And I'm going to say, no, you're allowing it. You're not being truthful to yourself. You're not having self-expression. You're letting this happen yourself. Okay? So we're going to leave Jacob and Job. Okay, then we're going to go into, we got 2 decks to go. And thank you for loving the message, Soul Sister. And thank you for letting me use you as an example. And Lee was there. Thank you for talking to me about your amethyst and listening and putting it in the sun. And Joy is asking if I can see what's in the future. Well, I'm reading the energy right now. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm an energy tarot reader, and I'm reading your energy right now. So rewind when we get off the phone here and listen to your future. Your higher self wants to tell you. Conversation with animal guides, exactly what I just was saying when she was talking to the sheep and saying, yep, I got to feed you. And she was talking to the lion and saying, yep, I can do this with your strength. We have animals everywhere that are our guides, seen and unseen. I'm going to shout out to Flem. His birthday is coming up on the 3rd. That's a green parrot that sits on Steve's Love Tarot's shoulder. And he was born in 03. And my bird, Holy, which sits on Jesus's shoulder, he is my white dove. He was born in 01. So he's 2 years older than Flem. Okay, so I'm still trying to connect them, guys. Faith, prayer, and conversations with God. So that's what I have to keep doing, right? I got to keep having faith, prayer, and conversations with God and get Holy and Flem together. All right. Okay, so basically what I'm getting from this energy, one more card, is go down the rabbit hole again and do some soul searching and talking to them animals. Even Alice here, didn't she have a white rabbit? And that reminds me of a song, so I'm going to have to tell you about a song. It's called Go Ask Alice. And I forget who sings it, so I'll have to look it up and put it on my playlist. But Go Ask Alice. And I think Tom Petty has some Alice songs too. White Rabbit. I think White Rabbit sings it. Go Ask Alice. Anyway, I'll check it out later. I've got all day. I have no plans today. I think I'll just hang out in my star power. All right. So St. Michael's going to end it for us. He says, use your imagination and you'll see the answer. That's pretty straightforward, huh? Randy says, talk to me. Well, I've been talking for 38 minutes. All right, take your time making this decision. So I'm back to the home being upside down because the only thing that I really got here out of this whole reading basically was you're lying to yourself. You need to get into self-expression, have the strength to move forward, to make your home, and a home is inside and outside, full of good vibes and peace. So what I'm getting is taking time to make this decision and use your imagination and you'll see the answer is St. Michael's final, and that wraps it up good. That wraps it up good. So thank you all. Let's stay on our star power journey. And I love you all. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.